Hey guys, Sam here from Baseline. So we've had a new brand of racket come into our shop recently. Some of you will have heard of this one before, some of you maybe not. Or some of you will definitely have heard of this in a string brand, not necessarily in a racket as well. Now, this racket here that we've got is the Solinco Blackout 300. Okay, 300 means grams. All right, so how heavy the frame is. Now, cosmetically from the off, I love nothing more than a matte finish on a racket. Okay, the fact that it's all black as well looks, I think it looks great. I love it, I really do. So cosmetically looks great. Now, string wise, what string I've put in this is a Solinco Hyper-G. Now that's probably the string that probably everyone's heard of. Now, again, green on black looks fantastic. So we're going to give this a go. As I say, it's 300 gram racket. It is a 100 square inch head, and it's got a 16 by 19 string pattern. So in terms of string pattern, quite open. So what can I expect before I start hitting? I'm expecting sort of a lot of power, I think, due to the open string pattern, and definitely some spin. Now, control wise, that will be the interesting bit for me, is can I keep the bloody thing in? But let's hit some balls and let's find out. Okay, so I can tell you now, I can tell you for now, there is definitely a lot of power with this frame, which feels nice actually. That's oh god, that is interesting. So yes, there's a lot of power. Okay, so there's power all over the place with this one, which is, if you're looking for a racket to hit through your opponent, then I mean, look no further. I don't seem to be, it's not too bad, I don't seem to generate quite as much spin as I would probably like to. But if I really think about it, I can, I'm not entirely sure on the control element to this racket. It does just feel, for me especially, a little bit wild. Oh. Oof. Yeah, so I definitely feel like, I mean, there's loads of power, which is great. I mean, if you're looking for a racket to, you know, up the pace of your shots, I mean, for sure, this is great. But for me, it just doesn't feel like there's enough control, which it's always a bit of a worry for me, to be honest with you. So as predicted, again, very similar to the Groundstrokes, there's definitely power, which again, first serve helpful, but it seems to be every time I look to try and put any element of spin on, I seem to lose control of the ball. But there's definitely some decent power with it. Let's try a few from the left as well. Try a few. Yeah, I can get the spin, and it's great for spin, for definite. Okay, so to sum up, so it was great for hitting the ball harder. So if you're one of those players looking for a racket that's going to help you hit through your opponent, you know, really break your opponent down the other side, they're fantastic. It's great. So for me, yeah, loads more power, which is lovely. The spin thing was interesting. So I felt like I was generating enough spin. I wonder if could try it with a different type of string. Might have been slightly better with a bit more of a shape on the string, or a slightly sharper shape on the string for me to generate more spin, for definite. But I could do it. Just had to kind of think quite hard about doing it. The only thing for me is, and again, I've come from a racket that's, you know, a blocky frame and a 98-inch head. So using 100 square inch with a slightly thicker frame, I just didn't feel like there was as much control as I would necessarily like. So if you're coming from a racket like a Pro Staff or a 200, CX200, a Dunlop 200, or a Prestige or something like that, I don't think you're necessarily going to like them. But I think if you're using something like a Tecnifibre TF-X1, a Babolat Pure Aero, or something like that, then definitely worth considering for sure. I hope you guys enjoyed the racket review. We've got loads more reviews coming up in the next few weeks, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, okay, and leave us a comment. Why don't you leave us a comment with a racket that you'd like to see us review, and we'll stick it on the list. Thanks, guys.